Hey everybody, welcome to Router 2 Brief Saltwater Aquarium Care video every Saturday morning and live stream Fridays. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group and router2brief.com for really cool forums where you can help people out with their aquariums and ask questions and post pictures of your tanks and things. It's great. We got a lot of members and it's just great. Also, you know what? I started writing again. I've always wanted to be a writer. You can check out my blogs on technology and music and things. SteveRotter.com. Check that out. It's really pretty cool. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Links to everything I use in the aquarium are in the video description below, along with everything I just mentioned. So, this is about the green hair algae being gone. Look at this tank. I never thought the green hair algae would be gone. And look at all this beautiful coralline algae on the back of the tank. I was waiting to scrape it off. Coralline algae is what gives the rock the purple color. And it's very healthy. And if you get it in your tank, it's a sign of good water parameters. To keep coralline algae, you want to have calcium at about 450 minimum, 500, and I keep mine at 550. So I had a nasty outbreak of green hair algae. It looked like I had green beards all over my rock. I don't even want to see those videos again, but look at this. Hey guys, the rock is completely bare. There's no algae anywhere. I used to have it on the wall here. There's algae on the power head. All gone. Gone. This rock was shades of green. Not just white. I gotta get the coralline algae back. Coral, they're waking up. I just turned the lights on. But there's no green hair algae anywhere. No sandbed either. Thinking about going back to sand, I'm not sure. So, how did I do it? I used hydrogen peroxide. Food grade hydrogen peroxide, 35%. The hydrogen peroxide that you get in the store is 3%. Some people do dose that. I use the 35%. If you get it on your skin, it'll burn. Okay? And your skin stays white for like a day. It burns a little bit. The fish are great. The corals, it took them 3 or 4 days to come back to life, well, to recoup from the hydrogen peroxide dosing. I dosed a little too much. I dosed with a syringe, and I dosed right on the rock, and it sizzled that hair algae right off. I'll put a link at the end of this video so you can see that video. I dosed a little too much. You're only supposed to dose 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. I dosed 3 times that. It was more potent than I thought, but the fish are fine, never an issue, and the corals took like about 4 days to open up, but they're totally fine. That's it. I tried the fluconazole, I tried large water changes, I tried scraping the green hair algae off the glass and the rocks. I took the rocks out and I soaked them in 3% hydrogen peroxide. That didn't do it. Nothing worked, man. Except I squirted some of the hydrogen peroxide on the rock. It sizzled and literally melted the green hair algae. And I thought, well, I'll just have to do the rest of the rock over the course of days. Well, there was enough of that peroxide in the water column that it just literally fried it all away. I am so happy. I've been dealing with green hair algae for a long time. Here's another thing I did. I got a phosphate reactor from Bulk Reef Supply, so I got the phosphate. It's being controlled in this tank now. I do not overfeed my fish. I feed them once every other day. There's no sand bed. There's just a lot of phosphates in this tank. So that's it. I know you guys were looking for an update. I'm so happy. There's no green hair algae anywhere. It's just completely gone. So there's my update. There's a link to hydrogen peroxide, food grade. in this video description in the top comment if you want to try it out. 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. Dose it once every other day and watch the magic happen. I'll also put a link to, I think there's a 15%, so maybe try the 15% first, but use it at your own risk. However, I will say I had no issues with 35%, but please only dose 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. I got a little nervous when my coral was not opening up, especially my zoanthids here. You see how they're closed right here? Well, they stayed like that for 3 or 4 days, and I got nervous. Now they're all open. I mean, I just turned the light on. That's why they're just opening now. But everything's cool. So I'll put a link to that stuff. You can just dose it in the top of the tank. You know, if you got a 125 gallon tank like I do, you know, just put like 10 milliliters in every other day. People dose hydrogen peroxide with great results. So I thought I would try that, and I'm so glad I did. The 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide is what I needed. Stuff off the shelves at the grocery store just wasn't cutting it. But there you go. Try the 15% or the 35% food grade. I'll have a link to both. And take care. Happy reefing. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you all. I truly do. And I'll see you on the next live stream, which will be this coming Friday night, 9 p.m. Central. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a great weekend.